When I woke up that morning, the sun was streaming through the curtains, casting a warm glow on the walls. I had to get ready quickly for a busy day ahead. But, as I tied my tie and stared at my reflection, I couldn't help but feel the weight of the secret I had been keeping. A secret that was about to explode into my home in ways I hadn't quite prepared for. It had all started 3 months ago. I'd met Lily at a conference in New York, a business trip that was supposed to be routine. She was there, representing another company, and we'd ended up sitting next to each other during a panel. I don't know how it happened. One minute, we were just talking, and the next, there was this undeniable pull between us. She was unlike anyone I'd met in years, bold, fearless, with a sharp wit that could cut through any tension. She made me feel alive, like I was 25 again, with the world at my feet. Things escalated quickly. What began as a few innocent drinks turned into an affair. I couldn't help myself. I found myself wanting to be around her more and more. But Lily wasn't content to remain in the shadows, sneaking around in hotel rooms. She wanted more of me, more of my life. And that's when she brought up the idea of becoming our nanny. At first, I dismissed the idea as insane. But Lily has this way about her, persistent, persuasive. She planted the seed, kept watering it with hints and suggestions, and eventually, I found myself actually considering it. Emma, my wife, had just started working again, and we were struggling to find a nanny who could keep up with our 2 boys. It almost made sense. So, I agreed. I helped Lily prepare for the interview, coached her on what to say, how to act. I thought I could manage it all. Keep Emma happy, keep Lily satisfied, and somehow juggle both worlds. But as I heard Emma humming to herself in the kitchen that morning, talking about how the nanny agency had sent over the perfect candidate, I felt a chill run down my spine. I realized I might have been too confident, that this could go terribly wrong. Emma was in the kitchen, setting the table for breakfast with that soft smile on her face, completely unaware of the turmoil brewing in my chest. "Good morning, love," I said as I walked in, leaning down to kiss her cheek. "Good morning," she replied. "I have some news. The nanny the agency recommended is coming for an interview this afternoon. Her name is Lily. Isn't that nice?" I forced a smile, nodding. "That's great," I managed to say, but inside, I was panicking. Lily was coming. Today. When the doorbell rang that afternoon, my heart nearly stopped. Emma answered the door with her usual grace and charm. "Hi, I'm Lily," I heard her say, her voice bright and cheerful. I stepped into the hall, my stomach twisting. There she was, standing on the porch, looking the part. Innocent, professional, completely convincing. She glanced at me, her eyes sparkling with that dangerous glint, and said, "Mr. Adams, a pleasure to meet you." The way she said it, like we were perfect strangers, sent a jolt through me. Emma led her inside, completely oblivious. I watched them walk toward the kitchen, my mind racing with 1,000 thoughts. I could hear Emma's voice as she asked Lily about her background, her experience with children, why she wanted to be a nanny. And Lily, God, she was perfect. She had an answer for everything, each one better than the last. I knew she was good. Lily could talk her way out of anything. But seeing her work her magic on Emma was something else. I felt this sick mix of relief and fear. Relief that Emma seemed to like her and fear that maybe Lily was too good at this. After about 30 minutes, Emma smiled, clearly impressed. "You seem wonderful, Lily," she said. "I'd love to give this a trial run." Lily beamed, playing the part to perfection. "Thank you so much, Mrs. Adams. I promise you won't regret it." That promise wasn't just about her being a good nanny. It was a warning. I could hear it, clear as day. The days that followed were a blur of tension and deceit. Lily settled in quickly, winning over the kids with her charm. Emma was thrilled. She kept saying how lucky we were to have found someone like Lily. Every time I heard that, my stomach turned. I was living on a knife's edge, waiting for the day Emma would notice the way Lily looked at me when she thought no one else was watching. It didn't take long for things to get more dangerous. One night, after the kids were in bed, I was in my home office trying to catch up on work. Suddenly, Lily appeared at the door, closing it behind her quietly. "What are you doing?" I hissed, glancing nervously toward the hallway. She smiled, that infuriatingly confident smile of hers. "Relax, James," she whispered. "Emma's in the shower. We have a few minutes." My pulse quickened. "This is insane," I muttered. "We can't do this. Not here." She leaned closer, her lips dangerously close to my ear. "But isn't this what you wanted?" she asked softly. "To have me close, to have me here every day?" I grabbed her wrist, trying to keep my voice low. "I never wanted this," I growled, feeling both angry and desperately drawn to her. "This is your game, Lily, not mine." She didn't back down. She never did. "You're right," she murmured. "It's my game, and you're going to play by my rules." Before I could respond, the door opened and Emma stepped in. She froze, her eyes flicking between me and Lily, her expression quickly shifting from confusion to suspicion. "What's going on here?" Emma asked, her voice tight, a hint of accusation in her tone. I immediately released Lily's wrist and took a step back. "Nothing," I blurted out, my voice a little too high-pitched. "Lily was just asking about the kids' schedules for tomorrow." Lily smiled, perfectly composed. "I'm sorry, Mrs. Adams," she said sweetly. "I didn't mean to intrude." Emma's eyes narrowed slightly, still bouncing between us. "It's fine," she said slowly, her tone cold. "But it's late, Lily. You should head home." "Of course," Lily replied with a polite nod. "Good night, Mrs. Adams." "Good night, Mr. Adams." As soon as she left, Emma turned to me, her arms crossed, her expression unreadable. "James," she said, her voice softer now, but edged with suspicion. "Is there something you're not telling me?" I forced a laugh, trying to keep my face as neutral as possible. "Of course not, love," I lied. "Everything is fine." But I knew she didn't believe me. I could see it in her eyes, feel the doubt in the air between us. I had thought I could control this, manage everything without anyone getting hurt. But now, with Lily in our home, under Emma's nose, I realized I might have made a terrible mistake. And for the first time since this whole thing started, I felt truly afraid. I was no longer in control. I was playing a game where the rules kept changing, and Lily was the one holding all the cards.